It's time for some spy games today. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time we helped Fog out with a mission in Oblivia, and we've now discovered that he really wants to fix his relationship with Fry. This time though, we're gonna be going offside this thing because it appears we need to do something for the commander. Ghost Spy Games. It's in Oblivia, and while the recommended level is 30, you're going to want to have Elma on the team or anyone with Shadowrunner. Just forewarning.
Had I known I'd be forced to wait, I would have brought a book.
Our apologies, Director General. Our blade work has been keeping us especially busy as of late. Besides, it's pretty unusual to get a direct request from you.
I would hope that warranted special priority. This mission affects us all.
If it's an official mission, shouldn't we take it through the normal channels?
Personally, I consider it very official, but both Nagi and Vandam refused me. Shouted me down, actually.
What? Then we're probably not even allowed to take it, right?
Let's hear the brief, and why they turned you down.
A wise decision. You're familiar with Jair Fortress, yes? In a few days, we'll be hitting it with a surprise offensive.
Of course. Every blade on the force is participating.
We built our attack strategy around the idea of limiting casualties as much as possible. As such, we'll be employing mostly long-range fighting tactics.
That would be the sensible choice.
Yes, and I fully support it. But it makes gathering intel nearly impossible.
What kind of data are you looking for?
Data on the present state of the ganglion. At the moment, we know next to nothing about their situation. We don't even know if it's possible to negotiate with them or not. We need more information in order to effectively formulate future plans.
All right, you've made your ideas clear. What do you want us to do?
Infiltrate the fortress before we strike. Gather whatever intel you can and return here with it.
Is that even possible?
Any answer I give would be idle speculation. But I do believe this mission is of the utmost importance. And I also believe that your team has the best chance of getting it done.
So you decided to ask us face to face? That's quite the honor.
Is that sarcasm?
Take it as you will, sir. What if we refuse?
Then I'll ask the team with the next highest chances, and so on. I'll send in the damn janitors if I have to. Whatever it takes.
You truly believe it's this important?
I do.
All right then. We'll do it.
Excellent.
But we're not taking any unnecessary risks. If things get hairy, we'll cut and run empty-handed if we must.
Let's all hope it never comes to that.
Just one question, if I may. Are those really your only reasons for wanting this intel?
What other reasons would there be?
Any answer I give would be idle speculation, sir.
My goal has always been to secure a future for humanity on this planet. It's as simple as that.
All right. I'll take you at your word. Let's get back to the barracks and prepare. This one's going to be tough.
Gather information on the ganglion by infiltrating their fortress. As advised, to avoid contact, you should choose a route for few enemies. Now, Elma suggests we go to the barracks before we go and head off.
I hope you don't mind I let myself in.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing you know about our meeting with the Director General.
And from the look on yours, I'm guessing you accepted the mission.
We'll do what we can. Elma was super clear. If things get dangerous, we'll call it off.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Don't forget, you're all far more valuable to us than any intel you might come back with.
Tatsu, totally agree and definitely never forget.
In other words, don't worry about us.
Worry for Nagi, but that's actually pretty much fine for me. Now let's head out of here and go to Oblivia, where we need to go next. Now, it's actually pretty close in Oblivia. You just need to head to Central Umbria Ravine. Time to play Metal Gear Xenoblade. Yep.
They're not really planning to fight.
Engage.
You cannot leave people alone. Fine. Give me a minute.
Go you.
That was a waste of blasted time. Oh my god, I hate you, game. Well, at least that helps me get more EXP items, but man, I did not need that at the moment. That annoys me. Those stupid nuisances to society as a whole. Right now, it's a heat wave in the game. Now, the heat wave in Oblivia means all fire damage does increase damage. This is actually pretty good for those who actually use Blaze into their strategy. However, I'll say outright, there are better out there. Now, I recommend getting back to Victory Rock before you get over there, because there is a way... Level 70 pain in the neck. There's a level 70 tyrant around this area. Sometimes it appears randomly, but honestly, that's the biggest threat in the planet for you if you come here the first time. So regardless of that, we're going to be going in there with our Skell a little bit, but not all the way in there with the Skell. Now, we're actually close to the pro placement site that we need to get to, but it's right over there. A decent distance away, unfortunately. This one is a pretty weird distance away. I don't like all that much, but I can't really do anything about it. Thankfully, for my sanity, I actually have my Skell with me because those enemies would bother me every single 10 seconds. 321 is where you want to go next. This way, we have this pro placement site. We can come back here at any point we wish. So much easier for me because, frankly, you're going to need this placement site. It's not a link. You have to get all the way up to the next one nearby in order to get that link going, but let's ignore it for now. Those dang it blasted crabs have returned. As soon as it's nighttime, they always show up. So you're going to be running into those crabs a lot. Now, all enemies around the area that you come up to soon will be around your level. So you can avoid them if you so wish, though. You have no reason to fight these guys. Ignore them as much as possible. Now, as you see, there's an issue. Level 50. You can slip by these guys by using your Skell, by just hopping around and just avoiding them like a plague. However, those flying enemies over there are level 56, and there is a bunch of enemies around the area. Remember I said Metal Gear Xenoblade? I'm not kidding. Now let's go and try to find a comfortable location to land. Jar Fortress is where we need to go. Now, I recommend getting to at least a lower level to land on your Skell and to get out of the Skell quickly. It will trigger any high-level enemy that's in your out of machines. Like, these guys will not be aggressive to you if you're not in your Skell. Now, I do recommend outright, like I said before, have Elma as a leader. This is due to the fact that Elma has Shadowrunner and Blood Sacrifice as a combo. You're going to want to use that to get through this area. As soon as you see any sort of enemies, immediately use Shadowrunner and bolt out of there as soon as possible if they spot you. They will no longer target you once you use Shadowrunner. That's the whole reason why I asked for TP. However, the downside is, as you painfully can see, I do not have Shadowrunner equipped, or rather don't have the particular art I need for it. Let's get Blood Sacrifice back. There we go. Now I can activate Blood Sacrifice and Shadowrunner at any point I wish. These damn nuisances, the Convergers are what you need to worry about the most. Now, there are two ways to go about going through this fortress. You can go up here, or you can swim in the water and climb up that way. You will run into enemies there regardless of either direction you go. Believe me when I say this. Personally speaking, I do recommend the beach location over anything else because that way you avoid enemy fights. However, the beach location still has enemies around level 40s. You're not going to beat them. Just pointing this out. The detection range is also pretty big, so also be careful of that. Sadly, though, this is the only way I can get up there very quickly, and I can't really do anything about it. Alternatively speaking, any other party member that has Blood Sacrifice and Shadowrunner can work. Alright, there we go. Let's wait for that charge up again, and then we're good. As you can see, this is still very much risky. And as you see, some enemies are asleep on the ground. I can just climb up like normal. Sheesh. All right, let's use Shadowrunner.
Use an aura. Get control
Decrease that and activate that so we can actually get to the alien wreckage. Thank you. Go through the alien wreckage. Now run as fast as possible, keeping track of what your second amounts needs. If you do not keep track of how many seconds you're going to be in Shadowrunner, otherwise you're going to get caught and it's going to suck because you're going to die from it. Avoid swimming in water whenever possible, by the way, because it wastes your time in Shadowrunner. Now, cooldown-wise, I do recommend actually increasing blood sacrifice. That way the cooldown of it is faster. This way you don't have to worry about Shadowrunner taking forever to recharge. But regardless of that, I don't say it's a bad thing for this. These guys have a huge detection radius, so let's activate blood sacrifice and then wait a little bit. You can actually climb up the mountain if you so wish by doing this way instead. Because it's actually a lot easier than you may think to get up here. However, yeah, there's the issue. Shadowrunner, now deactivate your combat and then immediately bolt upward. Either way, it does not matter which way you go. You still have to make sure you just hide in the corners, avoid enemies, and get through this as fast as possible. You don't have to take forever to go through here. You can take as much time as you wish, but keep an eye on how long your blood sacrifice lasts. There is a good recommendation I do also recommend. If you're annoyed by the Shadowrunner's amount of time it lasts, 24 seconds is a very short time, you can reset upgrades on certain other arts. It costs money to do so, though. So if you really want to do it, I would actually recommend it, using whatever chances you get to boost the amount of Shadowrunner to maximum. Otherwise, you're basically going to have an art that will take forever to recharge. Believe me, it does suck horrendously badly when you wait until Shadowrunner recharges. Alternatively speaking, I would say that other characters are also vital as this as well. Alma has no other arts that will boost her ability to dodge attacks or rather avoid detection radius. You can also get detection augments as well in case you want to avoid enemy fighting. Nothing is stopping you from doing so. If you combat it's like that, the Shadowrunner, now deactivate combat, run. Now, other characters in your party will not be engaged in combat as well, so if you're invincible to combat, everyone is. So do not worry about it in the slightest. Now, you may come back here if you wish. I do not recommend coming back here yet, though. Mainly because these enemies are very high level. And some of them are, well, jerks. I hate to say it, but they are very much jerks. Alright, deactivate blood sacrifice. Hey. I activated blood sacrifice. Why did it not? This'll take a bit. Can I just climb up, please? Now, this is more like sneaking around the area sucks. We have to head to the middle area. Now, enemies do not spawn in very quickly when they come to this area alone. I don't like it either. Thankfully, though, enemies do not hide as nearly as badly. Like that guy over there. Thank goodness, he finally showed back up. Now I can activate blood sacrifice in order to do that again. All right, so now we can finally start climbing up again. Now, this is gonna make things very awkward to get through. I'm gonna have to be cautious. Now, let's try secondary cooldown blood sacrifice. Shadowrunner. Now, run. All right, keep running, 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 keep running. 20 seconds. 20, 29, not 29. All right, now we're actually at the area. Now, I do recommend one other thing before you get in there. Check your arts and immediately de-engage any AoE arts that you possibly have. The reason of this is very big. Then enemies coming up can accidentally trigger the other enemies around the area. This is why I recommend doing that. Now, unfortunately for my main character, I have no choice but to equip arts that are usually very bad for him, but it's not exactly a bad thing. Now, there is a personal recommendation I do recommend doing. Get rid of any taunting you have, and get rid of burst grenade if you have it. So, besides that, though, let's get rid of that, and we're good. And then we can do last stand, which actually does help a lot more. Let's give Last Stand to HP. Honestly, I'm surprised I don't have this art on him. Let's actually go to Last Stand over here and get Wild Down gone. Actually, no, Wild Down is actually necessary. We need Wild Down. Don't know why I got rid of Wild Down. Power Dive. Now, that's pretty much all I need to upgrade on HP for a little bit. Alexia has nothing that's really of value. Air Trigger is interesting. Medic Free is also interesting, but she doesn't really have many AoE arts, if memory serves me correctly, except for Spiral Horn and Burst Grenade. So I'm actually going to do a smart thing and put Hair Trigger and Burst Grenade, and then I'm going to get rid of Spiral Horn and replace it with Medic Free just to get rid of it. There we go. Okay. That was my biggest concern when it comes to this area, because I hate this area because of this. Now we're all good to go for the mission. All we have to do is enter the front gates, and we'll be good.
This should be the fortress mainframe.
Think you can get in?
I can try, but I wouldn't bother holding your breath. Even if I can, it'll take time. Better to pull the drive and analyze it later.
All right, let's run with that. Just as soon as we're done with them. Let's take care of these goons first, then we can retrieve the data.
More Manarchs. All right. This is not as bad, so let's go. Hornets aren't really going to be that much of a threat, at least. That's actually far easier than last time. Well, that was fast. Usually I have problems with this mission.
Drive secured, ma'am.
You're amazing, Lynn. Now let's get out of here ASAP so we can head back to the city and report in.
Now you can do that. However, you're gonna miss something if you come back here later, but I would say outright it's better just to leave and never come back for a bit. I recommend coming back there if you want to grind level 50 gear and whatnot, but that's besides the point. We're finally back in the new LA. Of course, it was electromagnetic storm when we were there first, but we're all done with that. Let's enter the actual building.
Is that the ganglion data drive? Excellent work. You have my thanks.
Tatsu happy to get thanks, but more happy to get reward.
Of course. I'll reward you for your efforts with as large a sum as I'm able. Next comes the task of decrypting and analyzing this data. Elma, perhaps you could...
I'm afraid not. However, I might suggest letting a Manon take a look. If you'd like, we can bring it to someone we know.
I see. I leave it to you then.
Mission not done yet. Let's go to the Manon's actual ship in order to get the information needed from the data drive. Now, honestly, when it comes to this mission, outright speaking, this one always drove me insane when I was younger because I had no clue how to swap to Shadowrunner sets. I didn't really know how to do many things when it comes to Xenoblade X back then because I really didn't care about TP all that much and Overdrive wasn't really fun to me. But let's go this way.
So you want the data from inside this, yes? That's easy. Very, very easy, you know?
That would be a huge help, yes. Thank you.
For you, I'm more than happy to help. Oh, yes. Least I can do for saving my life, right?
When you're finished, deliver the results straight to the Director General's office, okay?
You got it, okay?
All right, let's go give him our report.
Time to deliver that report. Fetting. Yeah, Manon names are weird. Don't worry, you'll see other species' names being weirder later. But in the meantime, let us actually head to the Blade Tower and actually finish this mission off.
Wonderful. I'll expect a report from the Manon then. It seems I was correct. Your team was the right one for the job. I hope you'll continue to assist in the future.
Of course, as long as our goals align.
Our mutual objective is the continued survival of the human race. This will not change.
Indeed.
The continued survival of the human race. Everything's a speech with that guy.
No, that's one thing he's truly serious about.
You know, I heard something the other day. Did you know about his son? The soldier?
No, is he a Blade?
He never left Earth. Apparently because of the Director General. He sent his son on a mission just before the White Whale took off.
If he were a corrupt man, he would have sent someone else's son on that mission.
But he didn't, did he? I guess sometimes the right thing to do is also the hard thing, huh?
We acquired a data unit and unearthed the ganglion's plans for the humanity. Late assignment complete. We got Intensifier as well, which is actually pretty good. There's another mission that popped up. However, I think, honestly speaking, as much as I would love to do more than one mission every single day, and believe me, usually I try to, the issue is the next few missions are going to be so spread out that I really don't see a reason to do so. Now, honestly speaking, let's check to see if there's any more missions around the area. There's some in Sylvium we can't do yet. There's 2 in Oblivia that we can do now, if we so wish. However, I would not recommend doing them because they're generic and not exactly necessary for the actual story. We'll do them later in the future for our normal mission bonus videos. But in the meantime, though, honestly speaking, I think we're gonna stop here for today, only because I need to. Well, especially given the fact that we want to make sure we're all ready for what's coming up ahead. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, I think it's time we have another introduction with Doug again and see what we can do to help him out. See you all next time.